Do you believe in this program?
I think it's a very good program. Again, we need to do something as a community to get our arms around the violence that we see every day. And again, this is an effort to do that, and we're grateful to the city of Albuquerque for stepping up and doing this.
In that school board meeting, it was Mayor Keller that said, you can hold me accountable for this program. Do you think that with this new MOU, we've closed all the loopholes and we can ensure kids will be safe and the city is going to operate this program to the best of its ability to help kids?
So I think that this MOU definitely, it ups the checks that are going to be happening, and I think that's a great thing. Beyond this MOU, I was mentioning to you earlier, I've spoken to folks with the ACS program, to leaders of the ACS program. They have assured us that anyone they bring into our schools through ACS will be vetted, the same way. They will undergo the City of Albuquerque background program. They will undergo the APS background. And the other thing they assured me, one of my questions to them was, will the system that is in place now, because of this MOU and because of the new processes, would it prevent another Joe Medina from coming, onto our campuses? And I was assured that it would.
I imagine if you're a parent, that feels good to hear. If you were a parent that had a sex offender in your kid's school, do you think you'd want to be hearing from the superintendent that's responsible for this MOU?
I sort of disagree with the premise of your question. But by the same token, I can ask you, this is such an important story. Why is the, news director at your station not sitting, with me doing this interview? Why is the station manager not sitting with me doing this interview?
But my role as an investigative reporter is to be answering the questions.
Well, my role as a communications director is to be answering these questions.
But you're not accountable to the voters or to the people that are responsible. You're accountable to the superintendent. The superintendent is accountable to the people that the people voted for. So do you think that there's a need to hear from the people?
I disagree with the premise of your question. You asked for someone from the district to speak to this issue. You're speaking to someone from the district.
And I appreciate that.
You are speaking to a member of the leadership team. I disagree with the premise of your question.
So you don't think, you won't answer the question because you disagree with the premise of the question?
I disagree with the premise of your question.
Okay. Do you think parents will view this as you guys are hiding the superintendent from issues like this when something goes wrong?
I do not think that.
Why?
I think that the superintendent, has a critical job. Like, she is here to run a massive district. She is accountable to the board, and she basically is responsible for improving student outcomes. Like, that is where her focus is. And we have media calls daily, but superintendent is one person. She's dealing with many issues, and you have someone from APS's leadership team who is speaking to you on this issue.
Superintendent's responsible for improving student outcomes. She's also responsible for student safety, right?
We're all responsible for student safety.
But she's held accountable to the school board, whereas you're not.
I'm held accountable by the superintendent.
And she's held accountable by the school board, who the parents vote for
right.
to hire
so
the superintendent.
So we're kind of going in circles here. Like,
okay.
Ryan, I'm trying to be respectful here.
And I am too.
I'm trying to answer your questions. I've done my best to. But, you're trying to prompt a response here. And
I'm just trying to do best by parents. And because I work for the viewers and I work for the people that are sending their kids to school. And I think some of them would want to hear from the people at the top, and maybe some of them don't. That's why I asked the question, do you feel like they should deserve an answer from the top? do you feel they deserve an answer from the top?
Again, I feel like I've answered your question. You know, we're going in circles here.
Okay. I sincerely do appreciate the time. I'm just trying to do.
I'm not sure you do, but all right.
I do. My job's to ask the questions.
My job's to answer your questions.
And
again, I'm doing my best to answer your questions.
Well, you didn't answer the last ones there because you disagreed with the premise. But I want to be asking the right people these questions too. And I can appreciate you saying, hey, we found solutions to this program, we found solutions to this, and we believe in it. I think that's more powerful coming from the person that's in charge of the whole district. And I feel like some parents might feel that way too.